In the past few weeks, MrBeast has been accused of a lot of things, including unsafe work conditions, violation of human rights, inappropriate conversations with a minor, slurs, racism, but his girlfriend says half of them aren't even true and she wouldn't be with him if they were. What do you mean? What do you mean by that only half of them are true? That's still very, very bad. If I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, he's only broken torture laws and has unsafe work conditions and is racist. I mean, sure. Now, in my opinion, people are definitely blown out of proportion. Like, the Ava Chris Tyson stuff is extremely bad, especially for the trans community, as I mean, he's probably the biggest spokesperson for the trans community and he has to diddle kids. I don't understand it one bit. Like, you literally had one job. That was the one thing as a trans person in the biggest spotlight you shouldn't do. Now, when these allegations came out, he just was like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm leaving MrBeast. Me and Jimmy have came together amicably and decided I should leave. And then Jimmy posted that he kicked them out and they're doing an investigation. So two different sides of the story, but he has been getting on Discord and his boyfriend Eric, who was on the Dream SMP. Can we just lock up everybody on the Dream SMP, please? Just prematurely put them in jail. There's so much scumbags from the Dream SMP, it's crazy. Except Tubbo. I fucking love Tubbo. Tubbo is my only true love. But yeah, his boyfriend Eric posted some Discord DMs, and apparently he's been saying on Discord, probably should fucking delete his Discord after those messages came out, you creep. But he said that it's basically not true, and he didn't like come out and refute the claims because it's putting MrBeast a higher risk of damages, which I don't believe, Chris. You fucking weirdo. You weirdo. But after that, everyone went haywire on MrBeast and tried to cancel him any way possible for saying slurs. And I hate to break it to you, everyone was saying those slurs back in 2016. I was way too young watching every single YouTuber just say the most heinous stuff possible. It was just the norm, and I don't think MrBeast should be cancelled for that. It was a long time ago and people have definitely changed since then. And then it came out that Beast Games is going very badly and people are getting injured and stuff like that, and there's poor conditions. And listen, that's probably less to do with MrBeast. That's probably more of an Amazon situation, and even if it's 100% true people are getting injured, that's the aim of the game, baby. It's to win like 6 mil. You don't have to just lay around to win 6 mil. You have to work for it, okay? You have to work for the money. And apparently someone didn't get their insulin on time. They were waiting for it for ages, and they were understaffed. There wasn't enough staff there to help everyone. And I'm gonna sound like a massive dick, but if you don't get your insulin, you can leave. Like, you're allowed to leave any time. Listen, you'll be out of money and it's horrible. You should probably get your insulin, but you can leave. Natural selection. You can't complain when you're in a competition to win 6 mil. Of course it's gonna be excruciating, like what? And then someone from his previous challenges came out and said that he was tortured. It was one of the, you have to stay in a certain place for as long as possible, and he stayed in that place and they emotionally manipulated him to the point where he broke down and said he was nearly going into psychosis. If what this guy is saying is right, MrBeast did break the torture laws. Like, there's worldwide torture laws that everyone's come together and been like, right, you can't do that to anyone because it's just too bad. But it's not classed as torture if you can leave anytime. You're forced into torture. You can technically, by definition, be tortured if you can leave at any time. And yes, it's probably manipulation because you're losing out on money if you don't leave, but everyone does it. It makes for a good video. I know I seem like I'm riding MrBeast's horse into combat, but I genuinely don't watch MrBeast and I don't like his content. So I'm not running defense. It's just the way I feel. But all this is happening and MrBeast isn't really that affected by it. Like his channel is too big to really be affected. But Rosanna Pensino has been out for blood. You may know her for making Mario cakes, prime cakes. She makes cakes normally, she's a baker. But like last year she came out against MrBeast and said that she got cut out of one of his challenges, and she was really weird about it. Like it didn't seem that bad, and MrBeast even rang her and she was like, I'm not answering his call. And it was just seems like she has something against him. I was rubbed the wrong way by the way she handled it. She handled it very childish and like she had a vendetta against the man for some reason or another, saying that he hates women and all, which is kind of crazy. She did get edited out and all, but that just, I'm sorry. Maybe she just wasn't funny. I'm sorry. I know it's mean, but she's running the biggest channel in the world. It has to be entertaining, and maybe you weren't entertaining. I'm sorry. When she did that whole press tour of MrBeast cancellation, people didn't like her back then for doing it, and she made an apology saying that I'm sorry, I made a big deal out of this, won't happen again. And then after making her apology, she unapologized and was like, nah, never mind, I stand on this, which was weird. But anyway, that leads to today, where she's been making a lot of videos on MrBeast. She's turned from a baker to a tea channel. And listen, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with tea channels. Alright? Don't get that twisted. There's nothing wrong with them, but it's just a weird kind of thing. She's like the one trying to spearhead MrBeast's cancellation, which I find so odd. She has something against the man, I swear. Like, yes, the Beast games are bad. You're winning millions. You can leave whenever and you're winning millions. I don't understand. If they're in bad conditions and all, you can leave. You're not going to get money, but you can leave. He's the first one to ever do it. There's gonna be problems. There shouldn't be. But he's so young as well. He's so young. He's so young. Sorry, no. But this is where I get into more of a conspiracy mode, and I have a few thoughts on MrBeast as a whole. MrBeast has something called a billionaire brain. I've seen this a lot with a lot of different people. Like Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, the Zuck. They all have what I call billionaire brain, meaning it might seem like they care about humanity, but I don't think they care about individual people. They couldn't care if individual people died, but as a whole, as like the whole earth, they care about people as a whole, if you know what I mean. They can't connect one to one with a person. There's something different in their brain, but they know in their hearts that they need to keep humanity alive as a whole. They're very awkward. They're not very good socially. They seem a bit on the spectrum, is what I'm trying to say. That's not a bad thing, because they're extremely successful and they have relationships. It's not like they're unable to, you know, do stuff. And I think MrBeast is like this, where he doesn't care about people. I could be completely wrong, this is my theory, but he has billionaire brain, and he will definitely be a billionaire. Brad Does Banter, a small YouTuber, says that he met MrBeast years ago and he wouldn't talk to people who had less than 100k subs on YouTube, and he'd only talk to the people. He'd literally only talk to the people who would have 100k subs, and he'd say that out loud. And I just think he's so focused and driven on becoming the biggest YouTuber, and that's all he cares about. There's nothing else really to his personality, which obviously means there is something wrong with him. That seems a bit mean. I feel bad for saying that, because I do like MrBeast. He's doing great things, but he does have some fuck ups. Yes, he does have some fuck ups. I admit it, okay? He has some fuck ups. He's responding to all the claims when this guy who's uploading a docu-series about him releases the final video. And I didn't talk about his docu-series because I think it's dumb. He says that he fakes his videos, but all he's really doing is adding CGI to enhance the videos. He's enhancing the videos with CGI and all. He says he's saying a lot of stuff in the videos that, to be honest, I couldn't give a rat's arse about. But I don't think it's as bad as he says. And when MrBeast does respond, I think he's going to do a good job at refuting the claims. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. And you can subscribe if you want. Thanks. Goodbye. See ya.